Welcome back to Conquest MMA. And shit, bro, I meant to get this video out like 2 days ago, but anyway, uh, my prediction is for UFC 308 and Abu Dhabi. Those fucking oil money bastards get all the fucking good cards. Let's just jump into the main event. Elite Poirier versus Max Holloway. Uh, Listen, man, this is the year where oil merchants get checked, get put in their place, and basically the main event and co-main are just old heads versus the new generation. The new generation, which have been artificially pushed, been given favorable matchups by the UFC. They're just aura merchants, dude. They've been getting given hardly any chance to look vulnerable. Hardly any. Oh my God. And they still look vulnerable when they're given fucking like favorable matchups. You know what I mean? With Ilya Taporia. Listen, people are talking about how great he's boxing. It's pretty good, but like I think that was just a stylistic nightmare for Volk. It pains me to say this, but Volk probably would have lost even if in his prime. He probably would have made it to like round 4 or 5 before that, but it still would he still would have lost. I think he still would have gotten maybe he would have gotten dropped like between 3 rounds and lose on a split decision. But I just think that was a stylistic nightmare. Just Volk has been dropped before against guys with good enough striking who can sit down in their punches and land cleanly. But then people forget about he fought Aldo. Well, the way he fought Aldo is he smudged them into a cage. Volk hasn't been really, you know, great against guys like that. But in case of Max Holloway beat. People are saying there's a narrative going around that Max Holloway doesn't do well against fighters who are better boxers than and it just irks me because you have to look at the circumstances surrounding it. The first Dustin Poirier fight, he was a tadpole. They both were. All right. Dustin Poirier is probably one of the best boxers. Okay, that's great. I agree. He lost. He got finished by submission. He didn't get knocked out. And the second fight, short notice. A 145er who didn't even bulk correctly to 155 versus a 55. You're meaning, and he still ate those shots. He still ate Dustin Poirier's shots cleanly. That shit made his head turn. But people seemingly conveniently forget about Aldo. Is Aldo not one of the best boxers in the UFC? Like seriously? You tell me Jose Aldo with all his explosiveness, his athleticism, like his inability to be taken down. You're telling me that he's not one of the best strikers of all time. Sure, he was a 135er masquerading as a 45er, but he still had lighter man skill and speed. It's just that fuck. Max was better. Max has faced someone around the same stature as Ilya. This ain't his first rodeo. I don't think he's gonna get knocked out. There's no way. No fucking way. I'm picking Max Holloway. Split decision. If he UDs him, if he hits him with the walk-off unanimous decision, that I would be so happy that this ore merchant finally gets checked. This year it ain't their year. Everyone gets checked. It's from all weight classes. I think I might do a separate video on its own if my predictions hit. If my picks hit, I'll fucking drop the video saying this is the year where ore merchants get fucking checked and put in their place. All right, all right. I think Max is gonna win the first round, and then he's probably gonna weather the storm a bit in the second, and maybe squeak out third and fifth. I think he's gonna win the first, third, and fifth, but it'll be a competitive fifth, maybe. Whew, Hamza Chimaev versus Robert Whitaker. Robert Whitaker is a plus 200 favorite. So is Max. Oh my god, dude! If you were to get these guys as underdogs, I mean, Max and Robert Whitakers are underdogs. I think I call them favorite, like 5-6. They're underdogs. It's a deal to get these guys as underdogs. You know what I'm saying? I don't gamble. I don't gamble. or bet. I don't do that. But if you were to, it's probably a good deal to get these guys as underdogs. You know what I mean? Whitaker, I got Whitaker via split decision. Hamza Chimaev has not looked impressive. People think they have like an idea of Hamza Chimaev. What people bet on when people pick Hamza Chimaev for this fight, they pick the idea of Hamza Chimaev, right? Hamza Chimaev, every top ranked fighter Hamza Chimaev has ever beat, people think he's gonna rag them. He does that for a bit, and then he doesn't. He doesn't. There's too many cases where he just doesn't. People think he's gonna get Whitaker out in the first or second. It's like, no, that's not gonna happen. Whitaker is people people don't talk about Whitaker's takedown defense enough. Whitaker has been in the training camp against the same fucking guy for like close to half a year. Half a year. He's been knowing that he's going to fight. He's been actively training, knowing that he's going to fight Hamza Chimaev for a year, half a year. And Hamza Chimaev on short notice against an injured Usman who injured his knee during an open workout. People forget that Usman injured his knee during an open workout. Look it up. Look it up. He had the weakest 10-8. He had a generous 10-8 because he was in Abu Dhabi. I bet if he was like in America or anywhere, it would be like a 10-9. And then he proceeds to lose the next two rounds and take Usman to a draw or arguable robbery. I How could you have faith in this man? Any faith, right? I come when these picks, I come in like I I pick based on who would I invest my money on, right? Who would I confidently put my money on to pull in a fight? It's like Hamzat is not reliable. Hamzat, people think Hamzat is hungry because he's showing off like his shadow boxing skills, his footwork drills. What? It's like this isn't the ultimate workout championship, brother. This is ultimate fighting. When he's fought, no, it hasn't been impressive. Oh, he took down Usman in great takedown defense. Oh my, oh, short notice. Short. Hey, let me tell you something. Short notice. Short notice. My God, if that was a 5 rounder, if that was a 5 rounder, let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something. He would have lost. Split decision. Usman would have UD'd his ass. Walk off unanimous decision his ass. Put that fraud back in his place. Oh my God, all these fucking guys buying into these people's aura because of the UFC. These are like the only fighters that UFC will promote. And like people are buying into it. Like, no, you have to like think about it. Think about it. Think about who they fought. Oh, fuck it. There are guys who've beaten Kamaru Usman more impressive. Guys who've beaten Gilbert Burns more impressively. Like, come on. Come on. Like, God, I don't fuck this guy. Fuck Hamza, bro. Nah, fuck. But zero submission ever. That's funny. Magomed Ankalaev versus Alexander Rakic. Alexander Rakic, one of the biggest light heavyweights on the roster. Probably like second to Alex Pereira, around the same size. Oh, I hope, I hope Magomed pulls off a great win. Dana White has tried to fucking strong on Ankalaev into like pulling a flashy finish. I was like, what do you mean? Like Magomed finishes his fights. Magomed is an entertaining fighter. Not one of the most entertaining. He is entertaining, but he's not like one of them. He's a primarily he's a striker. I mean, look at his takedown. Look at that. People call this guy a boring a boring wrestler, and he only has one takedown. Look at his takedown average, 1.02. Come on, brother. And he only lands a third of them. Only lands a third of them. Like, that's unfair. I think people are being a bit unfair to Magomed Ankalaev. He could pose a great threat to Alex Pereira. I still think Alex Pereira would beat Magomed, but that's neither here nor there. It's for another date. But like, this guy should have been given a title shot already. I don't think I don't think Alex is ducking. I think the UFC is just trying to protect the last star that they have. Understandable, completely understandable. But you don't have to shaft this whole man's fucking career for it. Anyway, I don't know. I think Rakic will probably surprise a lot of people. He'll probably look good in like the first two or three, or maybe he'll get styled on. If he gets styled on, then yeah, Magomed is probably like the second best, the best or second best light heavyweight on the roster. We'll see. I'm not really big on. I like Magomed Ankalaev a little bit, not as much as Pereira, but ooh, I just hope he wins. 19 of one. This guy got submitted by Paul Craig. Paul Craig has submitted like two fucking top light heavyweights. That's fucking crazy. Leron Murphy versus Dan Ige. This guy's 33. I don't know. Dan Ige is the type of guy to check the rising quote unquote prospects. How's he a prospect if he's 33 at featherweight? Like, I don't understand. I I'm gonna pick Dan Ige. I was thinking about picking Leron Murphy, but I think I'm gonna pick Dan Ige. I I think I'll pick Dan Ige because every time it's like, I don't know. This is a gut feeling pick. I'm be honest. I haven't really researched. I have not researched this fight at all. This is a gut feeling pick. I'm picking based off vibes for on this one. I'm going with Dan Ige for no particular reason because I just have a bad feeling about Leron Murphy. Maybe because of his age. He does have a long reach though, but so does Ige. All right, Shower Bullet, Magomedov versus Armin Petrosian. I could probably see Shower Bullet losing. Maybe he gets broad checked because he's just so active. I'm still gonna pick him though. I don't really care about these. I don't care about like these fights. Not really about these. I hope this will be entertaining. This might be maybe. How old is Whitaker? Ebo Aslan. Oh my god, I don't have high hopes for the prelims to be honest. Um, yeah, that's about it. That's all I have for this for this pay per view. And I'll see you guys when I do the recap. All right, see ya. And
Macron, all globalists, all these globalists, they're trying to push a political and corrupt agenda. If you want about politics and economy, I advise you read Why Democracy, the God that failed us.